Good morning and welcome to our Shortcuts webinar on our Maximising Your Online Bookings. My name's Beth and I'm going to be taking you through the webinar today. So just a few housekeeping things first. So your speakers must be turned on to hear this webinar. My microphone is on and everybody else has automatically been muted. The webinar should take about approximately 30 minutes with 10 minutes at the end for questions and answers. The questions are taken at the end of the webinar, but there is a little chat box, so if you have any questions whatsoever throughout, if you just type them into the chat box and then we'll get to them at the end. Fab. So hoping that everyone can hear everything okay. Okay, so today our learning outcomes. So today's session you'll learn about the new online booking features. So there's a couple of new things that have come out, so including our Facebook login, new mobile friendly design, and there's a services dependency. So we'll go through all of that. We're also going to revisit a few account settings just to make sure that you're getting the most out of your online booking. So just to make sure, so those of you that have had your online booking training, some of this might be a little bit familiar, but we'll just walk you through it anyway, just to make sure that everybody's accounts are set up correctly. Okay, so I'm going to take it into our console. So for those of you that have your access, it's console.shortcutsoftware.com. So I'm just going to jump into that now. So when you guys log in, you get your home page that looks something like this. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to go through today is our company settings. So I'm just going to click on our company settings type. Fab. And then you'll see these are all the company settings about my salon. So a couple of little things, just updating your logo. The logo sits at the top, and if you wish to change the logo, or if you haven't had a chance to upload your logo at all, then you can just choose the file and then you can then upload an image. So if you needed to change it, then feel free, just pop in here and you can do. Cool. We also have the theme. So for some of you that have had online booking for quite a while, when we first started out there was only a handful of themes available, and a while ago we upgraded and we did a few new themes. So there was about another 10 themes uploaded. So if you did have a theme and for whatever reason it didn't quite fit in with your website, then I would suggest that you pop in here and just have a look. If anybody needs to see some screenshots of themes, then if you can just let me know, and then I can just send them over on an email afterwards. So to change theme, all you need to do is just pop in here and then just choose the theme that you think fits in with your salon. So one of the other things that we've got on our company settings is we've got the ability to track. So we've got our Google global settings. So basically these are services provided by Google that we can then link into our online booking. So I'm just going to pop back to my presentation for a second. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is our analytics. So Google Analytics. So basically Google Analytics is a free service offered by Google, and it generates detailed statistics about the visitors to your website. So you can find out how many people are on your website right this second, where they came from, which particular pages they're looking at, how they're interacting, how many people come to your online booking page, and you can see how many people, where they fall off at the steps. So are people just jumping on and having a little look, or are they going all the way through the process? So it gives you some really good stats on what's going on, not only just on your online booking, but also on your website as well. So as I said, this is a free service by Google, and we do have a little bit of a user guide on how to actually set up an account with them, which I'm going to email around to everybody afterwards. So the Google Analytics is great, and it's a great way to be able to track. And all we need to do is when you set up an account with Google Analytics, then in your company settings where we were a second ago, you'll see that there's a Google Analytics tracking number. You just need to type that in. So when you sign up for your Analytics account, you'll be provided with a tracking number. And that tracking number just needs to go in that box there. This will then link your online booking to that analytics tracking, and you'll be able to see exactly where people are. It goes as far as what countries they're in, what internet providers, if they're on iPhones, if they're on laptops, etc. So there's a whole host of information that you can really drill down in there if you wish to. So the other one is the Google AdWords conversion code. So Google AdWords, for those of you that don't know, it's a paid-for service. So you have to pay Google for this, and it's a main advertising program. So I don't know if you've noticed, but when you go into Google and you type in a particular word, you'll see that at the top you get adverts, and these adverts are paid for, and this is the Google AdWords. So you can see on the screen, you search for something and then the ads come up, and they always come up at the top. So with the Google AdWords, you're able to get what we call a conversion code. And what you can do is you can link this with your online booking. So what this shows is what happens after a customer finishes booking a service online. So somebody books online, they book a service, where do they go then? Do they go back to your website? Do they buy a product? Do they go and make another appointment? So it tells you exactly what's going on after somebody's finished, and hopefully they're returning to your website and they're having a good look round. So there are a couple of functionalities that we can use, and as I said, the Google Analytics is a free service, but the AdWords you do need to pay for. Cool. And as I said, once you've got that, once you've got that conversion code, it just goes in that box there, and then that will be added to the completion page. So once somebody's completed their booking, it will then tell us exactly where that client's going afterwards. Okay, so I'm just going to bob back into the console now, so bear with me for 1 second. So once you've set up those accounts, you can pop in your analytics tracking number and your AdWords. And then the rest of this page, just to quickly touch on this, is the wording for your online page. So this is for your actual online BookMe page. So if you wish to change any of the wording, you can do. You've got a confirmation email as well, so you can change any particular wording that you wish to in the confirmation email itself that goes out to the clients. And the main area that we tend to talk about when we do our training with you guys is the service selection test. So this is where we would always recommend, if you are providing colour services or tinting services online, that you then pop in there something about any patch testing, so any requirements that you've got for patch testing, i.e. a patch test needs to be completed, so let's say 48 hours prior to the service. And it's just making sure that the client is aware that they're choosing a colour or a tinting service, and they then need to pop into the salon for a patch test prior. Brilliant. Okay, so that's our company settings. So just back to our home page. And I'm just going to quickly touch on our site settings. So this is just the information about your site. So your email address, just make sure that that's all correct. Your physical address, telephone number, etc. And then at the bottom we've got a little longitude, latitude. That's just where you're located. So if you ever have any problems, especially with my local salon, and it's showing that you're not quite in the right area, it could just be to do with this longitude, latitude just needing updating. But if you have any questions or any issues with that at all, then please don't hesitate to contact us. So as I said, the site settings, you just need to go through an update, especially if you do move or you change your telephone number or you do change an email address, then please can you just make sure that you pop in there and just update that information as well. Cool. So now I'm just going to go into our BookMe settings, and this is where we've got our main changes. So again, I'm just going to do a quick refresh on this just for those of you that are either had training quite a while ago or haven't had any training whatsoever yet. So here we go. So our earliest booking allowed. So this is how many days in the future we want the client to be able to book online. So for example, if I went on to my online booking today, I'm able to book in today. It's set at 0 days at the moment. If I wanted that my clients can only book in from tomorrow onwards, then I need to make sure that I change this to be 1, or if it's 2 days or 3 days, etc., then you just need to change that figure in there. The latest booking allowed, so that's how many days from today my client can book in advance. So again, something you just need to think about. Is it 2 months? Is it a little bit longer? Cool. Display a maximum of 10 availabilities. So this will show how many appointments you've got in the system to a maximum of 10 available appointments. This can be dropped down if you wish to, and so the online booking page searches for availabilities and will show a maximum of 10 appointments that the client can then book. So the main bit that I wanted to get to was our service booking order, which is down here. So our service booking order basically is being able to specify if a service if services need to be booked in a particular order. So for example, if I just use the colouring and cutting blow drying scenario. So for example, a colour always needs to be done before a cut. So in here what we can do is we can set the sequence. So what I would do is I would find my colour services. So they always need to be done, and that should always be number 1. I'm just going to go down to my colour services. So they should always be done first, and my cutting and styling should always be done second. So if I had a client that booked online for a cut, that's fine, it wouldn't affect them whatsoever. But if somebody was trying to book online for a colouring and they chose the cut and then they tried to choose the colour, it wouldn't allow them. It would tell them that they need to book the colour in first. So this sequence is really, really good where you've got particular services that need to be done in a particular order. So it's just a case of saying what sequence they need to be. So what needs to be done first and what needs to be done second. If you leave everything as 0, then it won't sequence anything. It will just allow them to book in as they wish. So again, you'll see we've got this Google Analytics tracking number in the AdWords, so you can pop it in there as well if you wish. So another new feature that's been added on is our display service duration in booking confirmation and the confirmation email. So in the past, your online booking, when somebody booked online, it would then tell them an approximate duration. So that's based on your timings within Shortcuts. So it was always there, we couldn't turn it off, but now we've got the option to be able to turn it off. It appears on the confirmation screen, and it also appears on the confirmation email. So again, it's just being able to turn that option on and off. And you'll also see the show prices of services, which has always been there, but just to talk you through it. The show prices of services, when somebody selects a service and then goes to select an employee, it gives you a list of prices down the side of what prices each employee charges. So it's there if you wish, you can turn it on or turn it off. The other option that we've got now is our employee selection type. So in the past, you were just stuck with the selection. You had an option for any male, female, and then all of the employees that were available for online booking. Now what we've done is we've given you the option to be able to switch on or turn off any of those options. So I know it caused a few problems in the past where we had clients that only had female members of staff, for example, that had a male option, but if a client chose a male option, it would never give any results as they didn't have any male employees. So if you were a female in that salon, you could then just turn off the male option, for example. If you didn't want the male or female, you just wanted any or a list of names, or you can mess around with that. So as I said, it's just that it's a new feature that you're able to turn that option on and off. Cool. Okay, so down the side we've also got an option to go to our BookMe scorecard. So scorecard is where we can see exactly what's going on, how much money and how effective each area of the business is. And it's been added to the side, so from the BookMe page itself I can go straight into my BookMe scorecard, and it's going to give me the information regarding how effective my online booking is. So it's brought me through to the scorecard, and then I'm just looking at my online bookings. So you'll see down the bottom it's given me, so my online bookings value, so it's given me my values. It shows this year and last year, and it shows month by month. So for those of you that are familiar with scorecard, you can, as I said, from the BookMe page you can jump straight into the BookMe scorecard. So we've got our online bookings value, so that's our total online bookings. We've got a number of online bookings and our online bookings outside of hours. So then what it does is it breaks it down further underneath. So you'll see that it shows our BookMe bookings value. So our BookMe is based on the online booking page that you guys use on your Facebook and on your websites. So it gives BookMe totals, so value, bookings, and then so how many bookings and the outside of hours, so how many bookings you've had outside of hours. And then you'll see, ours isn't quite set up at the moment, but you'll see that it then gives you a My Local Salon. So the top one's giving you an overall online booking total, but then underneath it's splitting it to show what's coming through your website and Facebook versus what's coming through My Local Salon. So you can get an idea of what's working. Fab. So I'm just going to pop back to my PowerPoint presentation now. So another new feature that's been recently introduced is our mobile-friendly design. So in the past our online booking wasn't really mobile-friendly, but now it is. So you can view it. I know we've had quite a lot of clients asking for this, especially if you've already got a mobile-friendly website and then the online booking wasn't mobile-friendly. So it is now, so it'll all incorporate nicely. And the good thing is it's just easier to read, it's easier to see, it condenses it down. You will notice that it takes the image off, but it covers all of the options and it keeps it nice and friendly. The other new feature that we've got with our online booking as well is that you're now able to log in using Facebook. So in the past our clients they created their own profile and they could log in using their online booking account, which was their email and password, but now they're also able to log in using Facebook. So it's a great thing because then they can then post to Facebook saying that they've booked their next appointment, and also it's great because then they don't have to remember their password. It literally logs them in using their Facebook credentials. So for those of you that are not using the Facebook application, so on Facebook itself you'll see that we do have an online booking application. So again, it's a way of not only are we getting clients to use your website, we're also trying to get them to use Facebook to be able to book online. So to be able to do this, I'm just going to pop into my Facebook page. Okay, so you'll see, as I showed before, it just sits here. So to be able to assign the online booking to your Facebook, all you need to do is on your page, you just need to, in the search bar, type in shortcuts online booking. It will then give you the app. So all we do is we click on it and then we just allow. So it'll ask us to allow to be able to publish and just asks us just for the security. So just click on allow for those couple of options, and then it will appear down here. For any that are unsure about Facebook, it can sometimes be a list of quite a few different tabs, so sometimes it might be hidden down the bottom. And if you highlight where the pencil is over the actual app itself, you get to move, so you get to swap the positions, so you can swap it around and put it so that as soon as people go onto your Facebook, they see it. So once you've got that on there, then all you need to do is just click on that online booking, and it's going to ask you for what we call a host header. So that host header would be when we sent you the link after your training for that online booking launcher that you use on your website. It's usually your salon's name, but it would be listed in there. Now if you're unsure at all, then please do not hesitate to contact us, and we'll be able to have a look and tell you exactly what that link is. So for any of you that aren't using the Facebook, then I would recommend it. It is driving more business to people that maybe don't go onto your website. Then hopefully you'll catch some people that are looking at you through Facebook, and try and get them to build up some more online bookings. Brilliant. Fabulous. So that kind of takes us through everything that we needed to cover today. So hopefully by now you've got a better understanding of configuring your service dependency. Facebook login, the mobile friendly design, our Google global settings, and integrating our online booking with Facebook. And also those online bookings through the scorecard itself. So our next webinar is on Monday the 19th of May, and it's at 2 p.m. and it's scheduling and employee management. So we look at how you manage your employees through shortcuts, through the scheduling of hours, commissions. So there's a few different things that we're going to incorporate into that one. If you're interested at all, then by all means jump onto our website, shortcuts.co.uk/webinars. That's our webinars page, and you'll see that we have a list of all the webinars that are coming up. So there's our May one, there's also one in June. And then if you've missed any of our past webinars, then they're all listed on there. We do recordings of each one, so all the recordings are listed, so feel free to go and have a look. If you do have any questions, then by all means type away in the chat box, or if you want to, you can contact me separately as well. So I'm just going to see if we've got any questions at all. So I've had one person ask for a screenshot of the themes. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to email everybody anyway with a user guide for our analytics and AdWords. We've created a user guide on how to set up a Google Analytics account, and how to sign up for the Google AdWords as well. So I'm going to send that to everybody. So what I'll do is I'll incorporate the screenshots of the new themes as well, just so that everybody's got them. And that seems to be the only question that I've got, which is great. Hopefully it was simple enough that you guys followed it all. But if you do have any questions whatsoever, then by all means, that's my email address, or you can contact the office at 01619724900. So by all means, give me a shout if you do have any questions afterwards. But hopefully we'll see you on our next webinar, and thank you very much for your time.